Hi, thank you so much for being here. Happy Halloween. We have our special visitor, Tiger, and we'll get started right away with Philip Lai's Qi Gong sequence. So before we do anything, let's just inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Let the body do whatever it wants. Just wake ourselves up a little bit, wake up our energy a little bit. Let ourselves be silly. A couple more big breaths. Okay, let's warm up the hands. Once you have some warmth through the hands, separate. Inhales, we move in. Exhales, we move up. Go with your breath. Okay, palms of the hands over the eyes. Long, deep breaths, nourishing the eyes, lighting up the brain, nourishing our skin, cells. Feel the top of the palm on the eyebrow bone, the bottom of the palm on the cheekbone, and make circles. Change direction. Slide the hands down the face. Inhale up the sides of the nose. Exhale down the sides of the face. Get those ears too. A few more. Okay, let's warm up the hands again. Once again, separate. Inhales, we move in. Exhales, we move out. Go with your breath. Come up into the hairline, massage the head, getting the crown line, and then the rest of the head, base of the skull. And then we'll just pinch out the neck, starting at the top and working all the way down into the shoulder line. And we can do that a few times. You can always let out a sigh. Okay, now we'll kind of just slap the shoulders, just pulling out any tension. And now the same thing with that muscle at the back of the neck. We can kind of grab and pull out. Okay, the front of the neck, sweep down. Upper chest circle. sternum and solar plexus. Belly. Work down the legs. Get those knees. The knees, you can use fingertips. You can also use the knuckles. And of course, an open palm. Okay, when you're ready, we'll sweep down the shins, squeezing as we go down and loosely coming up. Come up. Calves. Backs of the knees. Thighs. And massage the lower back and kidneys. Okay, lung channel massage. So we come under the collarbone until we hit the shoulder bone. And we get that whole area getting lung 1 and lung 2. Okay, palm faces forward, up the shoulder, down the arm, around the thumb. Turn down, tip of the index. Come up in between index and thumb. Follow the arm. Inhale as we cross. We can imagine nourishing the internal organs. Exhale, brush away. Other side, under the collarbone. So already have the hand facing forward. Under the collarbone, you hit the shoulder bone, and then just work lung 1 and lung 2. Okay, up the shoulder, down the arm, around the thumb, turn down, tip of the index. Come up in between, up the arm. We cross the body, inhaling as we nourish the internal organs. Exhaling as we brush away. Now the whole massage with tapping down the front of the body, up the back of the body. Get the kidneys and low back, lung channel, large intestine channel, and across. Other side. Perfect. Bring the feet together. So let's remind ourselves of the aura meditation. So each inhale, we take in fresh energy through the crown of the head. We light up the crown. We light up the whole body mind with fresh, nourishing energy. As we exhale, we imagine the space around us gets a little bigger, a little brighter. We're letting go through the fingertips, through the tips of the toes, through the pores of the skin. Letting go of any unwanted energy, whatever that may be for today. Okay, so shoulders back and down. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, one ear to one shoulder. We just let ourselves hang, letting go, letting go, letting go. When you're ready, inhale back to center. Exhale to the other side. Okay, let's do a couple rounds at our own pace. Okay, once you're happy with that, come back to center. Open up into your horse stance. Open up the arms. Inhale. Light up the whole body mind. Exhale, rotate from the waist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, other side. Okay, let's do a couple rounds at our own pace. And when we come back to center, we'll just rub the hands together. Warm up the low back and the kidneys again. Slide the hands up over the kidneys, bend the knees, and circle those hips. So we can inhale as we circle back, exhale as we circle forward. Change direction. Inhaling the back half of the circle, exhaling towards the front. Okay, come back to center, step the feet together. Let's warm up the knees again. And we'll do our knee rotations to whatever degree is comfortable for today. Other direction. Okay, shake it out. We'll start our 8 health investment exercises. So the feet somewhere underneath the hips, knees slightly bent. We inhale, gather up. Exhale, open up, letting go. Inhale, palms up overhead. Exhale, turn the palms down. Inhale, chest level. Exhale, the elbows back. Inhale into the palms. Exhale, press down. Open up the feet, cross the arms. Inhale, turn. Exhale, turn the hand out and press. Inhale, bend, look at the palm. Exhale, extend. Other side, in, out, in, out. And we'll do another full round. This one's really good for the lungs, so it's perfect for this time of year. In, out, in, out. Other side, in as we cross, out, in, out. Gather in, step the feet all the way together. Exhale, press down. So the knees are a little bit bent. Inhale, chest level. Exhale, press up and down, the fingers and the head pointing to the same direction. Top hand is facing up, bottom hand facing down. Stretch, stretch, stretch. With your next inhale, sweep the palms. And again, stretch up and down. The fingers and the head all pointing to the same direction. Top palm up, bottom palm down. Stretch. Inhale back to center. Exhale, press down. Other side, in. Out, stretching up and down. Top palm up, bottom palm down. Fingers and head in the same direction. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, gather in. Exhale, press down. Open up the feet. Shoulders are back and down. Inhale, light up the whole body mind. Exhale, look over the shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, other shoulder. Inhale, center. Reminder with this exercise, we're releasing down to the earth. Hands on the kidneys. In. Out over the shoulder. In. Out. In. Hands in front of the chest. Out. In. And out. In. Gather in. Out. Press down. So this exercise as well will focus on releasing down into the earth. In. Interlace the hands. Out. Overhead. In. We turn the palms up and come up onto the toes. As much as we can for today. Out, turn the palms down, so pretty close to the head. In. Out to the side, letting go into the earth. In, center. Out, other side. In, back to center. Gather in the energy. Out, hands come down, heels come down. Okay, we open up into the horse stance again. Cross the arms, make gentle fists, come to the hips. With an inhale, cross in front of the lower body. Exhale, brush away. In front of the chest. Out to the hips. Turn the head. In, we can start to bring the fist up. Out, punch. Back to center, turn the head. In, the fist comes up. Out, punch. Back to center. Take a whole breath and see if you can sit in your horse stance a little more. Okay, when you're ready, in, cross in front of the lower body. Out, brush away. In front of the chest. Out to the hips. In front of the chest. Open up the hands, step in, gather in, exhale, press down. Rotate the wrists. I might have done this one out of order. So sorry, but we're doing it now. Okay. And it might be the right order. I think it's the right order. Okay, so anyways, fingers pointing one another, knees are bent, elbows are bent. We inhale, fill up. Exhale, stretch through the legs, the arms, the spine. Inhale, turn the palms up. Exhale, in front of the belly, the lower dantian, governing all of our physical concerns. Inhale, in front of the chest, the middle dantian, our mental and emotional center. Exhale, overhead, our upper dantian, for our spiritual needs. Inhale, stretch, 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 stretch. Exhale, fold. So bend the knees as much as you like. We'll lift each toe. I'll name the toe and the associated meridians, and we'll all lift with our own exhalations. Okay, big toe, liver and spleen. Second toe, stomach. Third toe, stomach. Fourth toe, gallbladder. Little toe, urinary bladder. Okay, now hang loosely. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. Letting go. When you're ready, press the feet into the earth, start to roll up. Hands come to the back, lean back. Okay, our 8th exercise. Inhale, chest level. Exhale, open up and let go. Inhale, gathering energy into the third eye. Exhale in front of the heart. Inhale here. Exhale, open up. Inhale, third eye. Exhale to the side, collecting spiritual energy. Inhale back to center. Exhale, open up. Inhale, third eye. Exhale to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, open up. Inhale, third eye. Exhale to the other side. Inhale back to center. Gather in. Exhale, press down. Okay, we can rest the hands on the lower dantian. So it's said that women do the right hand first, left hand over, men the other way. So if you want to follow that, you can. So we can have the thumb pressing the center of the palm and the other thumb pressing Lao Gong. So just in that valley between the thumb and the finger. If you like, you can just have the hands loosely as well. Low belly. And let's just take a moment before we do Qigong for hormones. If you like, you can watch how the inhalation fills the belly. And exhale, imagine exhaling down the legs, through the feet, into the earth. About 3 more. Okay, inhale. Exhale, drop the hands. Inhale in front of the chest. Exhale the backs of the hands and the elbows forward. Inhale, make cups with the hands, rotate, come to the hips. Exhale, stretch back, and you can flatten the hands while you stretch back. Inhale, bring the cups back to the hips. Exhale, forward. Inhale, guide energy to the third eye. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, third eye. Exhale in front of the chest. Inhale, make the cups come to the hips. Exhale, stretch back. Inhale, back to the hips. Exhale, forward. Turn the palms down. I know I usually go forward, but it's more down, I learned. So we go around a big ball, taking a full breath in and out. And then we inhale back to the third eye. Exhale, stretch. Inhale, third eye. And gather in all of that energy. And with an exhale, press down. Okay, so we'll do something new for some of us, 3-treasure Qigong. We'll just try it. I'm going to be mirroring, so it'll be a little something for me too. Okay, so you shift your weight into the right foot. Step your left foot in, so you can come onto the ball mount, and hold a ball. So your left hand on top, right hand on bottom. Okay, so let's inhale. Exhale, we'll just take a full breath just to settle in. Okay, step the foot out. Stepping your left foot out. We can maybe sweep the palms. Now the top hand faces back, the palm up. The front palm faces down. We push up and down, but the top hand just like head level. So we can exhale as we press. Okay, now we rock back. Pick up our left foot, open it up a little. Now we step our right foot in and we make the ball again. So now it's the right hand on top, left hand on bottom. So we can inhale, step the right foot out, your foot that you're on the toes, and then we do the same thing. So we sweep, the top palm faces up, the fingers back, the bottom palm faces down, and we press. Exhaling as we press. Okay, now we turn the hands towards one another. We imagine a big ball. We step back, bring all this energy into the chest. Exhale, press down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, come down the sides. Okay, flex the wrists. So we're kind of pressing down with the heels of the hands. We're going to do circles. We'll inhale for half the circle, exhale for the other half. Beautiful. Now open up your left foot, coming into your horse stance. Come up through prayer. So we inhale, charge up with fresh energy. And then as we exhale, we press the base of the palms together, letting go. So we press so much that we might get a shake. If you don't get a shake, don't worry about it. Okay, twice more in. Out, press the base of the palms. One more in. Out, press the base of the palms. Okay, in, open up to the sides. Out, stretch. We can sit a little more. Again, circles, inhaling for half, exhaling for the other half. Okay, drop the arms, step in. Wonderful. Okay, we'll inhale, gather energy into the lower dantian. Exhale, press the hands forward. 2 more like this. Now we'll add a sound when we press the hands forward and maybe a little jump forward. It's up to you if it's comfortable. Okay. Ha. 2 more. Ha. Ha. And now 3 smooth. Just letting the energy flow. Okay, gather in and press down. Let's scoop up a handful of energy. Give it to the lower dantian, to the low belly. Twice more. Give the belly a little rub. And we'll step the left foot in. So the feet are together. Inhale up. Bring the hands into prayer. Exhale down. And we can bow. Paying respect to all beings. Praying for world peace and whatever our prayers may be. And promoting unconditional love. Come out of it when you're ready. And as usual, we end with clapping. So you can clap loud and hard. I don't do it too loud because I don't want the sound to be upsetting. So flat hands, loud and hard. And we're cheering for ourselves, cheering for each other, and also activating all the hand meridians. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So that's our Philip Lai Qigong sequence. And we'll just do some yoga stuff now. And as always, if you have any questions or whatever, you just let me know. Okay, so let's grab something we can use as a strap. So if you have a yoga strap, that's great. If not, a scarf or a tie or a towel or something. Okay, so we'll have our thing as a strap close by. And let's just do 2 more standing things before we come down. Okay, so one more. This is another Qigong thing for the lungs. Make sure you have room behind you. So we're going to inhale, center, and then exhale, bend the knees and go to the side and really just letting go. So in and out, in and out. So we just did all that work, clearing all the meridians. So now it's just like we're kind of like just flushing with fresh energy. Couple more. Okay, come back to center. Let's open up into a warrior 2. So one foot faces forward. The back foot is to the side. And before we go into the full warrior 2, we'll just circle our front knee. And let the rest of the body be loose. Change direction. Okay, now we'll land into our warrior 2. So the front leg is bent. Both legs are nice and strong. We can have the arms up, or if the arms are a little tired, they can be on the hips or just resting. Shoulders over the hips, a few long deep breaths. Relax the face. Okay, straighten the front leg. Bring the back hand down to the leg. Turn the front palm up and lean back. Keeping the legs nice and strong. And just think about opening up the sides of the ribs. We'll see if we can keep the position in our upper body and bend the front knee again, coming back into the warrior two. Okay, come out of it. We can turn the feet in towards one another and just give ourselves a little shake. Okay, other side. So warrior two on the other side. So front knees bent, back foot on the side, and we'll start by circling that front knee. Change direction. Okay, sink into your warrior two. See what the arms want to do. About 5 breaths. All right, press into the feet, straighten both legs. Back hand comes down to the back leg. Front palm turns up, and we lean back. Just within a comfortable range. Imagine opening the side ribs. And then bend the knee, coming back into the warrior two, but keeping the upper body as it is. Just a couple more. Okay, come out of it. Whew, we can walk the feet together. Okay, last thing before we come down to the mat, we'll start like at the side ribs and we'll just sweep down the sides of the legs and out. So we'll just do that a few times. And now the backs of the legs, but we can start at the low back. Okay, sweep the arms. We can just do the insides. And we'll bring an elbow over and sweep from the elbow down the side. And the other side. Okay, so let's finally come down to the mat. I know it was a lot of standing today. So if you have socks, sweaters, any extra clothing, go right ahead. And if there's anything you like for the relaxation, any props like a bolster or some pillows or a chair to put the leg on, you can get it together now. We're going to do a few things, but we're coming right onto the back. So just have whatever you need. And remember your strap, it's close by. We'll use it now. Okay. So come down to the back. Start the hands on the knees. Inhale the knees away. Exhale to the chest. Do a few. Okay, feet on the floor. Grab your strap. So hopefully whatever you're using as a strap is nice and long. I should have mentioned that before. Bend the leg, bring the strap around the foot. So we want it long so we can kind of just rest the elbows on the floor. Okay, so place your leg wherever it can be straight. So it could be closer to the floor, it could be up. And we'll just focus, we don't want it all the way to the face, even if it can, somewhere like in between. So let's focus on pressing up through the heel, down through a back pocket if we were wearing pants with back pockets. And then the thigh bone presses forward through the hamstring. So pressing in 3 directions, about 5 breaths. And we want a little curve in the low back here. So we're not crushing the low back into the floor. Okay, so we keep that engagement in the leg. Internally rotate the leg so the toes are pointing to the opposite shoulder. So we keep pressing up, down, and through the hamstring. Toes pointing to the opposite shoulder. And then if it works in your body, we can maybe walk the fingers up the strap and bring the leg a little closer. So let's try to keep that space behind the low back so we're not crushing the low back into the floor. The engagement of the leg is more important than the placement. Okay, we'll come out of it. Now, you could bring the foot down and then strap up the other side the same way we did. Or if it feels okay for you today, we can lift up the other foot and sneak it into the strap. Oh, by the way, if you don't have a strap, you can still do this. You're just pressing both legs up, if that's okay. If not, you can put both feet on the floor for a moment. Okay, so we'll just take 2 or 3 breaths, pushing up through the heels, down through our imaginary back pockets. Notice when you push down into your back pocket, you get that space behind the back. So that's what we're looking for. And then the thigh bones forward through the hamstrings. Another breath or 2. Okay, so now we sneak out the first leg, bring the foot to the floor, and we work with the second leg. So a few more breaths, just pushing in the 3 directions. Okay, now we add the internal rotation. So we turn the leg, point the toes towards the opposite shoulder. Keep pressing in the 3 directions and maybe walk the leg a little closer to the torso. Okay, so we'll come out of it. Bring both legs to the chest, give ourselves a little squeeze. And we'll just sneak in one more thing before our twists. So the arms can come down alongside. We'll stretch one leg up, bend it, and then stretch the other leg up. So now we can have the low back into the floor since the knees are closer to the chest. I'll just do a few. Okay. Knees to chest, open up the arms, whatever way you like. It could be cactus arms or straight. And let's do our twists. So moving the legs to one side, back to center, and to the other side. And the details of the twist are up to you. You could keep the legs like very together. Or sometimes I like to lift one leg and then let the other leg just follow. You can have the legs close to the chest, or if you want more of a core workout, you could go closer to 90 degrees. I also like to move the head opposite the knees. So whatever you enjoy, a few more. Okay, back to center. Let's set ourselves up for relaxation. So if you have any props you want to use, maybe like something under the knees, go right ahead. You might like something underneath the head. You can have your legs extended if that feels okay for your back. I'm going to open up my feet the distance of the mat and lean my knees one into the other. We'll do our best to tuck our shoulders under the back. We'll have the palms up. Let's give ourselves permission to relax. Letting ourselves let everything Okay. Let's gently start to wake the body mind. Inviting movement. Eventually giving ourselves a full body stretch. And once nice and stretched, knees to chest. And let's just do those double knee tucks again. So hands on the knees, inhale away, exhale to the chest. And once you're happy with that, hug the knees, rock side to side. And all the way to one side. Take a breath or two. Okay, press up with the hands when you're ready. And make your way into any comfortable seated position. Okay, before we close, we'll just cross the arms. So our fingers are at around where lung and lung 2 are. And we'll just tap one hand and then the other a few times. These points help us with a sense of connection to everything, to ourselves, to nature, our communities. Okay, slide the hands one over the other over the heart. And before we close, maybe we can just look for something to be grateful for and name it inside ourselves. And allowing that gratitude to warm the whole body mind. And let's see if we can keep it flowing throughout the day. Looking for things to appreciate and finding opportunities to thank ourselves. Okay, if you like, we can close our practice with a bow. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've had a good practice and I hope you have a wonderful Halloween and a great weekend. So we'll get a new video out on the channel Monday morning for our Tuesday class. And then, of course, I'll see you Thursday on Google Meet and then Friday back here, live stream on YouTube. So thank you so very, very much. Have a great weekend and take care. Bye.